Here to talk with us about the mental health impacts on the Asian American community is Dr. Jade Wu. She's a sleep psychologist at Duke University. Thank you for being here, Dr. Wu.
Thanks for having me.
So this is a really important topic. We've seen a huge spike in hate crimes against Asian Americans since the start of the pandemic and the racist rhetoric that accompanied it. But there is also a long history, right, of violence against Asian Americans, and that's often overlooked or dismissed because of the perceived success of Asian Americans as a whole.
Absolutely. We are often sort of labeled as the model minority. And this is really a problem because, one, it glosses over the amount of aggression and discrimination against Asian Americans historically. And it also serves to drive a wedge between different minority groups to sort of hold Asians up as a example of, well, this is how you could be if only you work harder, which of course is completely ridiculous because that glosses over all of the systemic barriers and problems that other groups face as well.
Yeah, we often hear of it kind of as a monolith, but when you think of all the different languages and the different races and ethnicities that go into the term Asian, it's huge.
Absolutely. Yes, there's so much diversity. And I think each of the different groups have their own history in America as well. For example, if you think about the history of during World War II, the internment camps of Japanese Americans. I mean, that's a very, very painful and traumatic history for them. And for Chinese Americans, having a history of having the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882 extending all the way into the mid-1940s, where Chinese people were not allowed to immigrate to America because we were scapegoated for taking jobs from white men and people to blame to scapegoat for diseases and outbreaks like that.
Let's talk about the Atlanta attacks, which is just so horrific. And the suspect told investigators that he targeted the victims not because they were Asian, but because he had a sex addiction. Do you believe that this mass murder was based on sex addiction and not race?
What really infuriated me was that the investigators really took the suspect's words for it and also seemed to empathize with his feelings, almost using sex addiction as an excuse for what he did. But let's be very clear, addiction does not necessarily lead to violence. There are many people who are struggling with addiction every day who do not commit violence. But this does bring up a really painful history for Asian American women of, like you said, being objectified, being hypersexualized. And that's a relic of our colonialist past.
We're seeing now these rallies in support of Asian Americans all across the country this weekend, and also condemnations of this violence. Do you think that helps with the psychological impact that you all are dealing with right now?
I personally feel very heartened by the support that I'm seeing and hearing from people from all groups. And I have very mixed feelings. On the one hand, I'm very angry and I'm grieving and I'm fearful. And on the other hand, I'm hoping that maybe this could be a watershed moment for people to start noticing that, yes, anti-Asian hate crimes do exist and anti-Asian discrimination does exist. And it hasn't just been happening for the past year either. There's a long history of it.
The House just held its first hearing in 30 years on Asian American hate crimes. It got quite emotional at times. What do you think the ultimate solution is, and how do we move forward as a country and unify?
I wish I had all the answers, but I think at the very least, one important first step is to recognize hate crimes against Asian Americans as hate crimes. Because right now, as you mentioned, this is being chalked up to sex addiction. So we're glossing over the fact that 6 out of 8 victims were Asian American women, and glossing over the fact that hypersexualization of Asian women likely played some role in this. And so I think calling it for what it is a very important first step.
All right, Dr. Wu, thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate having you.
Thank you so much.